Everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. When you unpack it, I want to have money. And then you will say, okay, but why do you want to have money? Then you discover
what is the reason behind
that
it?
there is something more that ties to their value. It's really important to find you why.
It is your highest desire that is inside of you, and that's your strong why.
This is very powerful because this is how you keep doing something. When it becomes a habit, it becomes automatic for you. You don't have to think about it. You're not forcing yourself.
If you live based on I don't know what I don't know, you are open to learn new things, and that's the start when you can actually receive this magic. If you would like to start your own business, just do it, no matter how perfect or imperfect it is. Do it, and you will see that you can find out the ways. Welcome to Femisticated Podcast. My name is Lucia. I am here with Nina, my business partner and co-host. And for those who listening us first time, Femisticated Podcast is all about women's world. We're bringing different point of views on how to stay feminine human being in feminine flow and succeed in this world full of sharks, where even feminism is sometimes twisted. All the way around. Welcome, Nina.
Hello, Lucia.
How are you today?
I'm very good and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We are already in 2025. We are so happy that we got it here. Today's episode will be special and will be dedicated to New Year's resolution. Many times people set the resolution for themselves, but they do not follow them. There are the studies saying that 80% of New Year's Eve resolution fail in first few weeks. And we will talk about why those resolutions fail and what to do make it all happen for yourself. So stay with us and we will move to this topic because I can't wait to give you all of the advices that we have for yourself.
Yes, exactly. And I just want to say that if you failed in the past with your resolutions, like don't feel bad because we all did. I myself failed like years and years and years, year after year. When we started diving more into the world of mindset and coaching and we did our coach trainings, we also realized why is that the resolution failed. So we want to unpack this in the episode and give you some tips that you can use and also share our stories for inspiration.
Yeah, we will do it one by one. When you want to achieve something, whatever it is, for example, you want to lose weight or you want to go to the gym this year more often, or you want to earn $1 million this year, or you want to be a billionaire, right? What you need to do to make it happen, actually?
I believe that it all starts with why. You have to know what is it that you actually want and why you want it. And the why is very important. And the why ties to your values. It should be something that goes back to what is really important for you. Many people, they say, oh, I want to be rich. I want to have a yacht.
I want to be a billionaire, for
Everybody
example.
wants that.
Yes,
okay, fine, fair enough. Everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. When you unpack it, I want to have money. And then you will say, okay, but why do you want to have money? Then you discover
what is the reason behind
that there is
What
something more that ties to their value. Maybe someone values freedom. They want to be free to go wherever they want. They want to work from different places in the world. Or maybe someone has a strong value in family. So they want to have more time to spend with their kids. They don't want to be 9 to 5 in the office. They want to have the freedom to pick up the kids from school and be with them whenever they need. That's why it's really important to find your why. And you will find it when you have what your values are.
Yeah, and it is your highest desire that is inside of you, and that's your strong why. So you have your strong why, and now you setting up the goal. And this goal needs to have a certain form, I would say. It needs to be measurable. It needs to be simple and specific, because if you don't have a specific goal, if you just say, I want to be a billionaire, that's not a very specific goal because it's too big. It's something, if you say it out loud, it might seem something that's not reachable, right? If you're an entrepreneur and you need to set some specific goal, for example, I'm going to earn $1 million this year. And then you need to chunk it down, which means you have to have a smaller goals every month to be able to follow them. Because the bigger the goals are, they feel like they are not that reachable for ourselves.
Yes, exactly. What helps, I believe, it's when you think about what you want and then you work backwards. Let's say you will say by the end of the year, I want my business to have this and this much of sales. And then you will have to deconstruct it, what you will have to do to have the sales, to take it step by step, and you make sure that your goal is measurable. When you achieve it, you can also celebrate it. There you go.
It also should be ecological, right? So if you want to earn some money, it should be legal.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Let's make
don't
this
go
so
out of the
straight.
law if you want to get rich. Do activities within the law. And the other thing, you should have a timeline. You should
Yes,
have,
exactly.
it should be timed and to a specific time when you will say, okay, I start in January and at the end of half a year, I'm going to have this and this amount of money. And of course, you need to know if you can achieve it with the products you have, with the right pricing and everything. So if you're talking about entrepreneurship, if we talk about the goals like going to the gym, that also needs to be more specific, right? So if you say, I'm going to go more to the gym, but it's not enough. You just should probably say, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week. Maybe you should also have some ready-made exercises that will push you forward, and maybe a personal trainer that will keep you accountable. Also, accountability is important when you're setting up the goal.
Yes, like creating the right environments for yourself if you want to work out from home. So you will, I don't know, maybe you will buy some equipment, or you will dedicate like a space in your house when you know you will do exercise. Or if you struggle with working out at home, that means maybe you will buy a gym membership. And then the environment when you're in the gym, it's not like you will go to the gym and you will just sit there and scroll on your phone because you are in the gym.
Yeah.
Obviously, you will be exercising.
The same can happen in entrepreneurship. If you want to make sure that you're accountable, either you have the right partner by your side, like I have, or you go to some women's groups, or you go for some masterminds groups and share your story, shares your wins, shares your losses with other women. And also it can keep you also accountable. When we have our strong why, we have our goal set and we're moving forward. There is this thing that sometimes happens that we got distracted, our focus shifts to something else, and something might hold us back. And we just stop. We just stop follow our resolution, our goal, our desire, and all is gone. Then we belong to those 80% that I mentioned at the beginning, that 80% of the resolutions fail. What is that? What holds us back?
So I believe that when you want to achieve something, then you need to create some new habits. And that means, what is a habit? Basically, it's something that you do every day.
Yeah.
If you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to have your business, that might look like that instead of waking up in the morning, let's say if you're not employed, instead of going out or opening the TV, you will actually open your laptop and you will start working. You do this every day consistently, because consistency is very important in achieving the goals.
Exactly.
And the consistency is actually a habit. We can think about a habit that we have, I believe most of us since childhood, like brushing the teeth. It's a habit. You wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth. You don't have to think about it.
Exactly.
It's something that you do. And this is because it goes into your subconscious. It becomes something that you do automatically. You don't have to think about it. When you repeat something with the repetition, with the consistency, you create this habit because it becomes automatic for you. When you drive car, you don't have to think every time how I actually drive the car. You know it already because it's a habit for you.
And that's your subconscious doing it for you. If you do it repetitively a lot of times, it becomes a habit. This reminds me my start of the business. I had this habit. I actually created the habit of going to the coffee shop every single morning when I woke up. I went to the coffee shop and I know that it's start of my day. And then when I came back home, because I didn't have office, I just sit down behind the computer. I had to dress up. It was important for me. I dress up, I came home, and every single morning I had this coffee, and I know that it's start of my day. And I was repeating it for many years. It's been 13 years for me and this journey. So this is how I did it and how I put it into my subconscious mind. Now I think I do it automatically. The habit is to go to work during the work week.
Yeah, that's very interesting because sometimes we have this strong intention to do something, but then life happens. You get distracted from your routine. It can be, for example, that you get sick. I got sick recently and I started working out in the gym like quite regularly. But then I got sick and I skipped 1 week and then it starts dragging, like you
Going
start, you
down the
lose-
hill.
Exactly.
I know.
Yeah.
I know it.
There are different like studies or different sciences about how you create a habit. Most common, I would say that it takes 21 days to create a new habit. I remember when I was doing my yoga teacher training that we had morning exercise, it would be a yogic workout that we have to do consistently for 40 days in a row. 40 is the minimum and you do it. I would say you would set the intention that you will start 40 days every single morning. You wake up very early in the
challenge, like you
morning. Yes,
set the
exactly. And
challenge for
every day,
yourself.
and you do it every single day. And then if one day you skip, you have to start from the beginning. If you're on the day 39, and then, if for any reason you cannot do it, then you have to start all over again.
Good one, though.
So
That's
I think
a good one.
So I think this was what helped me a lot in my life, like by creating some consistency and accountability, because I'm a person that strives on accountability. I like to have the supportive environment around me and work with others.
We are a great match, Nina. Don't
Yes,
worry.
definitely.
We are a great match. We said we have to have a strong why. We have to have a goals. They are achievable and other things. We need to create a habit. We doing repetitively the things that comes to our subconscious mind. What if something holds us back on this journey? What it is that holds us back? I believe that we are programmed certain way since we are kids. So kids, they don't look at the things like we do. They just receive the information and they storing it into their subconscious mind. So I believe that from 0 to 7 years old, that's the most important time in people's life because they just receive the information and they storing it.
They don't have this critical ability because they cannot reject the information. Whatever comes to them, it is basically absorbed, and that's because
And stored.
in store because they are in this alpha and theta waves of the brain, and this is the state of super learning. This is where you are really receptive to information, and it's very interesting because, for example, if you go into hypnosis, you will go into those brain waves. That's why something can go straight into your subconscious. I want to say, just to be clear, what is the conscious and what is the subconscious? Conscious is when you
When you
you're
do
thinking.
something.
Yes, you do something consciously. So, for example, I will raise my hand. My thinking, I'm raising the hand, but I don't need to remind my heart to beat. I don't have to think, oh, now beat, now beat. It's subconscious. It works automatically. The habits, for example, is something that you do subconsciously. You don't have to think about it. This is very powerful because this is how you keep doing something. When it becomes a habit, it becomes automatic for you. You don't have to think about it. You're not forcing yourself.
When we program a certain way, maybe sometimes in life, for example, you in the school and some teacher tells you all the time over and over again that you are a shy person. If it's 0 to 7, it comes to your subconscious mind. If you're older, you live it through experience and you can also store it into your subconscious mind. Maybe then later in life, when you are doing your own business and you need to go, of course, for some networking events, maybe, or do some talking to the cameras or even this podcast, and you store the information that you are shy, this prevents you from doing things that you want to achieve. That might be the thing that holds you back. And that's why some people might fail, because we call these limiting beliefs. We can have and develop certain limiting beliefs and even limiting decisions throughout the life because we were programmed certain way, and each of us is programmed different way. We have different emotional states. We are conditioned differently. You can have stored anger or hurt or any other emotion that is so strong that in the future it can prevent you to do some activities, right?
Yes, 100%. Since you gave the example of being shy, I'm half introvert, half extrovert. I liked reading books and I was like just minding my own business. That made, let's say, the teachers or the other kids to label me as shy.
That was just an example, a random one.
Yeah, random example, but something that I struggled with a lot in my life. Everyone would say when they describe me, oh, how is Nina? Oh, Nina is shy. She's a shy girl. And this went really into, I believe, into my subconscious, because then I went through my life believing that I'm a shy person. And then I had those big dreams about my life, like where I want to live, what I want to do with my life. And I had some big ambitions as well, but it didn't really match my reality because I believe that I'm a shy person.
Yeah.
If you're a shy person, that prevents you maybe sometimes from achieving the things that you want. It was a journey to discover through my first contact with the self-help, and then learning about coaching and learning about the subconscious mind and how all of that work that I managed to change my beliefs, Nina, that was like the little
The shy
shy
girl.
Nina, would not be able to sit here on a podcast talking to a camera or even go to a networking event because I would freeze. I believe this work is so important. And I think that's why I believe so many people should know about this. This is how you can completely turn your life around.
And it was because somebody was telling you that you were shy, right?
Yeah, most
somebody...
probably because I was not able to reject that information. Like we said, that you just take for whatever comes to you, goes into your mind. Most probably those things that we hear as kids. And this is not to shame anyone or not shame parents because I believe they do their best, but this is just the fact. And it's not necessarily a bad thing because sometimes you also learn very useful things. If you don't run on those programs, then you would have to learn every single day how to tie your shoes or how to do certain things like driving. So it's a good thing and it can be a bad thing, but it's good to know about it.
So we program certain way and it helps us in life and also it can prevent us. How did you switch this all around? Like you said that if you wouldn't do what you did on your inner work with different tools and techniques, you wouldn't be sitting here. Let's give the listeners maybe idea how we can do it, how we can switch this I am a shy person to I am brave and I can do whatever I want.
I think it all starts with awareness. You need to be self-aware and also you need to have a growth mindset. Like you need to be open to other possibilities.
I love to say that you live in quadrant. I don't know what I don't know. And it means that you know certain things, but you are open to learn about the same subject more and more because there is always something more to learn. And I love to say nobody knows because nobody knows everything. There is not possible way that you can learn everything about even one thing. If you live based on I don't know what I don't know, you are open to learn new things. And that's the start when you can actually receive this magic.
Yeah, so it allows you to question your reality. So if you think that my reality is that I'm a shy person, then actually I can question that, is it really true? You can say, is it really true that I'm a shy person?
Which tools or which techniques did you use and where this shift happened? What was the aha moment and what was the point when you switch from I'm shy person to I am brave?
I believe when you have this awareness that you know that you question your reality and you know that, okay, what if this is not true? And then you also learn about how probably it happens. What I understood is that you need to go back to the same way it was installed. And then you need to install a new belief or change it.
You go back to where the limiting decision happened?
Yes, when you go like in the timeline, when you actually, when you take yourself like back to that event in the past and you change it. Also, hypnosis was very helpful for me because you open your subconscious mind the way you open it when you were a child.
Yes.
And again, you're able to access it. And this is so important as well in achieving the goals because instead of forcing your way through, you can actually, those beliefs or those goals, you can actually install it in your subconscious mind so you can become that person that achieves the goal, not just like by doing, but also by being and by embodying.
Once you get rid of this limiting decision, it's gone and it doesn't stop you. It doesn't prevent you to move forward. Nina, that was before she was shy, she wouldn't sit here and doing this podcast. But now Nina changed this belief and she's sitting here and talking to me. So this is amazing, actually. That's well done, Nina. And we have to say again that you have to be open to do it. There is no magic that somebody else can do it for you. The person who helping you with limiting decisions and getting rid of them is there to guide you, but you have to do the work with your own self and you have to be able to switch it. This also happens to me. I love paradigm techniques and I don't even did it for myself, but I also know how to do it to others. They are so powerful. You also can release negative emotions. And when I went through releasing negative emotions, you're releasing hurt, anger, guilt, and fear, and all of these negative emotions. I believe there is 5 of them. Before that, I had the fear from the heights. I couldn't go to even to the ladder. I couldn't climb to the ladder and I was so scared. Imagine this was a few meters high and I was scared to go there. After I release all of these
And
emotions,
you come from the mountain as
and
well.
I come from the
Yes.
mountains, but every time I was skiing, for example, I had this fear inside of me that I am too high on the hill. I did ski, but it wasn't a pleasant experience for me because there was always a fear inside of me. I released these emotions and I just did a skydiving. Can you imagine that I did a
Wow, this is
skydiving?
big.
And for those people who knows me, they would never say I would do it, especially my husband. He always was this adventurous person who wanted to take me to these journeys, and I said no. I always say like strong no. And after this, I just jumped off the plane and I couldn't believe that I didn't feel any fear. I just set the goal, I'm going to jump off this plane, and I did it. Until now, when I look back, I just can't believe myself. Before this, I would never do it.
Wow, that's something great. I haven't done it myself. I don't think I will. I'm not scared of heights, but this is something that's a little bit off limit for me, even though I'm not scared of heights. That's like really, it was a very brave move.
And I
from
was,
you.
imagine
Yeah.
that. And this I did with guilt, for example. I had, when you're a mom, you do your best, but sometimes you raise your voice to your kids and sometimes situations happens during, for example, during COVID. I was a teacher to my son. He was in year 1, I think. And not every time it went well. I felt guilty that I maybe said something wrong I shouldn't. I was thinking, what's going to happen to my son if he's going to be traumatized by my teaching techniques or something. And I went with a certain NLP techniques there to the situation. I switch it to the positive one. So right now, when I look back to that situation, I don't feel guilt. I just see the situation, but it doesn't do anything to me. We have so many tools and techniques that we can help ourselves to release negative emotions and also limiting decisions that holds us back to achieve any of the dreams and any of the desire that we have. And if I knew this few years back, I would immediately do it that time because it's like getting out all of the things that holds you back from your backpack and having the empty one and walking freely.
It gives you so much power because suddenly you switch to be a creator of your life and you just create your life, you create your reality, you do things that you would not think would be possible for you. This is so beautiful. If we talk about, we are both like entrepreneurs, and I believe that what many people struggle with is like some negative feelings or around money or like limiting beliefs about money.
Yeah, that's also the
And
good
this
one.
is a very good one. And I had that, and I believe lots of entrepreneurs have it. Since we are small, we are told that money is not good, that some people hear that money is evil, that people that have money, they're got in not honest ways, earning lots of money or like making
Luxury
lots
is
of
not
money.
good.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That means that you're a selfish person
You're full
or
of
you're
yourself.
a bad person, that you got your wealth by cheating someone, because it's not possible for people to create wealth in an honest way. We heard many of those beliefs and lots of people struggle with that. And then when they want to become entrepreneurs, sometimes they even struggle to ask for money. And this was one of my limiting beliefs as well. It was very hard for me to ask money for someone. I would feel shy. And if someone asked for discount, I'll be like, oh yeah, maybe it's not right to ask for that much money. And you also project it to other people when you want to work with a coach and then they have a certain amount that they ask for. And then you would be like, how come you ask for all that money? It's not right. This should be for free. And for example, I believe lots of yoga teachers struggle with that. I was a yoga teacher. You feel like you should not, in any kind of healing work, people that work with healing other people, usually in those areas,
They do
Reiki.
struggle with that.
When you heal someone, you feel you should not be asking money for it. You should be doing it for free because you're helping people.
I give you a great
Yes.
tip on this, Nina. I didn't have that much of a problem with this, but also when someone asked me to give him or her a discount, I was struggling with either to go that way or not to go that way. We should know the value of our services.
Exactly.
And the discounts work or doesn't. If you have a special offer, it's fine. But normally I wouldn't do discounted services because whatever I giving to other person, whatever I'm teaching or providing, it gives a value and people benefit from it at the end of the day. And I love to say that there has to be a certain energy exchange.
Exactly, yeah.
If you provide something, you provide your energy, you need to get something back. So you get that money back. If you look at it from energy flow perspective, then you don't have to struggle with saying no to discounts or no to giving it for free.
Yes, because money is just energy. It's not really real. It's something that we created to exchange values. When you know
Exactly.
what is your value and what you offer is valuable, then you are exchanging, and it has to be proportionate as well. So I believe that this is very helpful for people that are business owners or they want to have a business and they struggle with asking for what is worth of their service, etc. So I also believe like many people have this struggle around
And
or
you-
this limiting beliefs around money, and it's
Yeah.
preventing them from
And you don't want to
achieving their
create
goals.
you don't want to create bad karma for other person. So if you do something for free, you give energy, you don't get
Yes,
anything
exactly.
back. I love to say that karma is for free. I mean, it's kind of a joke, but yes, there is an energy exchange that needs to work in entrepreneurship, and that's it. I take it this way. But of course, in those 13 years of doing my business, I did lots of special offers, but consciously I did
Yeah,
it.
that's fun. Yeah, if you do it from an empowered place,
I play with it
exactly,
around
that's a
what
different
works, what
thing.
doesn't,
Yeah, exactly.
and
Yeah.
what people think about the different things. This episode is very fruitful, I think. If you are right now in 2025 saying that you want to set some resolution or you already set the resolution, I think that you find lots of wisdom in this episode, right?
Yes, I believe as well. Often we ask ourselves, how come it's the end of the year and nothing really changed? We have so many examples, even from our surroundings, of people that want to start a business. Every time you talk to them, they always start a business. They always have this goal. They always want to do this, but then nothing happens.
And it doesn't happen because they might have some limiting belief. For example, they're perfectionist as well.
Exactly.
So except money,
Perfectionism
there's
is
a
very big one.
perfectionism.
Yes.
I was a perfectionist before, and I learned it hard way that this is not the way how you can move forward. And also, I believe, Nina, when we talk, that you also said that you like to see the things to be perfect. But as we said, this podcast is going with the flow, and we just don't look left and right. We just move forward, and I love it. I love every single day and every single part of the journey. If you would like to start your own business, just do it, no matter how perfect or imperfect it is. Do it, and you will see that you can find out the ways during this amazing journey.
Yes, because perfectionism is what stops so many people from taking action and from actually starting to put what they have out there, because they have fear of judgment. They believe that they are not good enough and all those things. We already talked about that in our previous episode. You can go back and you can check a little bit more when we unpack this self-belief as well.
You can find all of our episodes, previous one, on different platforms, including Spotify, SoundCloud, where we have Apple, right, Amazon. We have also YouTube, but also in our Facebook community, where we adding our episode up front. If you don't want to wait, just go there and you see there few days before we upload it to the platforms, and also you'll find some bonus materials there.
We really hope that this episode was helpful for you and that we gave you some valuable information that you can start working with right now. And again, we are here for you. Find us on Instagram, find us on Facebook in our group, and we are looking forward to reading your comments and your stories as well. And thank you for listening, and
Thank you,
Happy
and
New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
To the next one.
To the
Bye.
next one.